Wagwan. It's your boy Pierre Escargot. That is not my real name. That's an alias because I got a warrant. Stories on the road. So I've been on the road a couple of times, and one of the times I went with Haley Elman and Billy Willig. Now I don't remember where we went. I think it was Tennessee somewhere. We went out, all drove in Billy's car, and I'm gonna give you some advice. If you on road with comedians and you are not taking your own vehicle, you are at the mercy of whoever's car that is. So that means if you go to a show and y'all all rode together, and the person who drove like is potentially about to get some pussy, you are not going home until he gets some pussy. Because under no circumstances is this comedian gonna stop, about to get some, take you to where you need to be, and go back to the pussy in hopes that it's still there. If the person driving gets drunk and loses their keys, you are stuck there wherever you at. Or you gotta help them find some keys that you didn't lose. Also, if you on road with comedians and you sitting at the hotel, you at the Airbnb, and they just decide to get up and go somewhere, you stuck. So not saying don't go on road with comedians, but if you don't go on roads, make sure it's with somebody that communicates open and concisely. But went with Billy, Haley. Billy was driving, superb individual. Billy Willie, fuck with Billy, shout out, gang gang. And Haley. So Billy picked me up. We go to Haley's. We get the address. Now Haley happens to live in a fucking villa or like a chateau. I don't even know. This shit looked like property. It had a front yard, side yard, backyard, and a garden. There was a fire chandelier at the front door. I was like, under no circumstance should you be telling jokes. You are successful. Um, but we all go, we get there to the show. Now, I was not headlining it, but I was going last and doing a couple more minutes, so call it what you want. But a couple of comedians, they went up, did they thug dizzle, and then, I went up, I did my thug dizzle, I thought I killed, thought I ripped, I was like, yeah, 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 everybody screaming, having a great time. I get outside, Haley is out there, and she's like, oh man, and I was like, what's wrong? Like, I'm feeling myself. Like, what's wrong? She was like, I don't think I had a great set. And I was like, yeah, me either. And then she was like, well, thanks. And I said, you're welcome. She's like, well, I don't know. Maybe my jokes just weren't hitting. And I said, yeah, they weren't. And then a group of women came outside and they were like, oh my God, we loved your set. You were so funny. And I was like, hey, thanks. I appreciate it. And they were like, oh, not you. We're talking to Haley. And I was like, and then Haley had the biggest smile I have ever seen in my life. And then those women literally just kind of stiff armed me out the way and gave her a hug. And then they're like, can we take a picture with you? And she was like, yeah. And then these three women just kind of shoved their phones into my hands. It was like, take this picture for us, will you? Thank you. And I was a headliner, and that just stung a little bit.